Hey guys, my name is Spencer Turley, and this is how I used to do my intros. So, anytime that you think I'm being too crazy or wild or saying crazy stuff, just imagine what it would be like if I talked like this. Fuck it, bro! What's up, my dudes? Let's talk about some MX versus ATV All Out number 2. Deuces. Oh, that hurt my nuts. All right. Just chilling on a tree by the shade tree. Oh man. Yeah. So just free riding on this puppy. I've never actually free rode on this track before, so I thought it'd be kind of cool. Ooh, fences. All right. There's definitely not grinding in this game. Okay. So yeah, the whole idea. I get excited every time I think about it. Right. The whole All Out 2 or whatever the next MX vs. ATV game is going to be, which has already basically been confirmed that they're working on it, right? They commented on my videos a little while back talking about how they were going to try to get it more like how the reflex fill, physics, more the realistic physics system to it. You guys know with All Outs, it definitely has a free physics system, which is way better than what the fuck we got with like MX versus ATV Supercross, but it certainly has its issues and its weird little problems, and obviously the bouncy house going into corners and the more outdated, kind of feeling like a mobile motocross game physicsy system and stuff like that. Obviously, you guys know how it is with All Out. Even though they have updated it over time quite a bit, it still does kind of have a little bit of a bizarre feeling. So what I think you're going to get with the whole All Out 2 or Reflex 2, I know some people, even including me, kind of think more of like when are we going to get the Reflex 2? When the hell is Reflex 2 coming out? We all want Reflex 2, right? I don't even know how much of those physics they really can tap into, or how much of that is saved, or what they can use from Reflex, or if they can even come out with a Reflex 2, or I don't even know if that's even possible, like with licensing and all that bullshit is. I don't even know if they can even do that. So it may end up being like a All Out 2 or just a completely different named MX versus ATV. MX versus ATV, send it, dog. You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. That may be the case. I don't know. But whatever it's going to be, I just have this personal feeling it's going to be kind of like MX vs. ATV Reflex and MX vs. ATV All Out had a baby, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be obviously it's going to carry over a lot of what All Out has on it and the feeling of it and everything, obviously. I feel like it's going to have quite a bit of that. But it's going to also feel more like Reflex. Even more so like Reflex. I don't know if it's really going to be like what you think of as a full-blown Reflex 2. I mean, Reflex 2 would literally be like you were sitting there with the exact physics system of Reflex, exact everything of Reflex, and then just basically improved upon every aspect of it. That would be a Reflex 2. That's not really what they're doing. They're basically taking All Out, trying to, make that better and make it more like Reflex was. So it's kind of two completely different things when you think about it. But I don't know. There's no telling. Ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? But I just really hope that they can get the whole, I don't know. There's just so many freaking ideas, man. Like a track editor, true track editor for the next MX vs. ATV game. PC-based track editor, custom user-created content on PC support, like what should be in every single motocross game. And then you even start getting the thought of like all of the Pro AMA National, they're kind of sponsored up, partnered up with Pro Motocross. I want to see all these tracks in the next MX vs. ATV game, the next year of them, obviously. But, that'd be cool to see all that, and they go in there and make their own little, basically like replica Supercross tracks, but not official Supercross tracks. You understand what I'm saying? Kind of like they did this year, or technically last year with All Out, with all of the, they had Anaheim Supercross, Vegas Supercross in this game, but it's not official. It wasn't official in the sense of like Monster Energy Supercross official. You understand what I'm saying? So they basically skirted, I don't even know how they did that. but they somehow, in a roundabout way, have real life Supercross replica Supercross tracks and AMA replica national tracks in one game. That's literally what's in All Out, if you didn't realize that, which is like the perfect game ever. But imagine all of that in a arcade motocross game with the physics system of Reflex. Oh my God, with a full-blown track editor. Oh my God. Just like, okay, literally the recipe to the most perfect arcade motocross game ever. Okay, yeah, got it, dog. Like, for real though, dudes. Really hope to see all that. I hope to see the OEM bikes in there that aren't actual like microtransactions. They're gonna have to chill out with that shit. I want to see those OEM bikes in there from the jump. Your biggest competitor gives them to us for free. So, if you want to compete with your biggest competitor, probably smart to make those free. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you may make a little bit of money off of that, but I swear to God, you'll make way more money off of the sales of the game. The more sales of the game you would get by just giving everybody OEM bikes from the jump. Think about how many more sales you would get if everybody knew that was in the game like that. How you could get real KTM bike, models and dynos, real Kawasaki models and all that kind of shit in the game. If people knew that was just in the game from the jump and you didn't have to buy it with DLC, you would make more money off of the more sales of the game you'd make versus the DLC, the little microtransaction paid DLC you'd get off of one dude buying one replica of whatever real life bike he rides in real life. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times that's the way a lot of that shit works. A lot of times business is the opposite of what you think it would be. Like a lot of times you think you're making money off of some kind of microtransaction or something, but really what's happening is you're stepping over $1 to pick up a penny. That's really actually what's happening. And it's the same way with a lot of things. Like all of the, having the Monster Energy Cup as paid DLC in Supercross 2. What the fuck? That should have been in the game, hands down, 10,000% over. That's so retarded that was DLC. I can't even, oh wait, I can't believe it's Milestone. Oh wait, yep, I can believe it. Good God, bro. Like, I mean, I understand there's a lot of games doing microtransactions and the motocross gaming, industry is just trying to tap into that, but at the end of the day, it's like, dog, you've got to realize that's not the ticket. Like, that's not the way to do it. Now, basically, with MX vs. ATV All Out, them giving us all this DLC way later after the games came out and having that paid DLC, that's understandable because it's actually extra content. It's actually DLC. It's not like microtransactions or cutout shit that should have been in the base version of the game, but they literally cut it out ahead of time to make it like a DLC package, like, kind of how they went down the vibe with Call of Duty and stuff like that. But either way, there's so many plethora of different things I could talk about with All Out too, but another thing, got to take that seat bounce button out. Come on now, MX vs. ATV. We got to get this whole like unleashed vibe filling outdated mobile motocross game physicsy system out of here. You got to get that out of here. I mean, we took a step in the right direction from MX vs. ATV Supercross. We really did. I'm not saying we didn't. We definitely did. Holy shit, you couldn't even whip in that game. But you got to understand, me being able to whip like that over like a 30-foot tabletop, that's insanity. Or me being able to, let me just come down here and show you something else. Like, let me get right here. Let me get up to this jump right quick. Me being able to basically, I almost could have, that was a really weird jump. Sorry. Shitty example. Let me get back on the track. Let me find a better jump here real quick. If I can get to a better jump. Finish lines, baby. Over here. Let me find another place I can get in the fence. Can't get in there. All right. What the? I just hit an invisible wall? What was that? I don't know what I just hit right there. Either way. Okay. Got to go through the gates, boys. Got to go through the gates. All right. Okay, let's see here. See if I can. These jumps are so like a little bit smaller than what you expect. Like literally a double backflip off of the finish line of Millville. That should not be possible. I'm just telling you right now, that should not be possible. it's hard to explain it, but just like the physics system of All Out just has a very like silly feeling to it. It's like, and I know arcade motocross games are supposed to have somewhat of an unrealistic feel to them because they're arcade motocross games. They're not a simulator. I understand that, but in the same token, you gotta understand that there's a massive difference from like a mobile feeling, like unleashed, old, outdated, silly physics system feeling to more like a arcade motocross game, but it feels realistic like Reflex has. Reflex kind of has that like combination. It's like a real arcade feeling motocross game. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much the next level of All Out. That would have to be like, that's pretty much the only place they can go from here is like that more realistic feeling. This is pretty much as you can do that, what you call like silly motocross game physics. It's got all the tricks, got all the shit, got everything. I mean, what the, there's no way. The rotation, like, way too fast when you start doing tricks and all that kind of stuff, way too fast. I don't know. Everything just needs to be tuned at this point. They have a pretty solid base, but it just needs to be tuned. It needs to be, finessed. Like, it's almost like they went too far with the freeness and the movement and the everything like that. They went just a little bit too far with how the tricks look and how many backflips you can do and all that. They just went just a little bit too far. Everything's got to be tuned, tweaked, TLC'd, right? Same way with the overall physics of the roughness going into areas, overall whoop, actual physics, the way it feels going over whoops and skill gap going over whoops and all that kind of stuff, and the way the bike will naturally, the front and back suspension will go over roughness that needs some tweaking and improvement on in this game. Just little improvements like that all over the place, physics-wise. But as far as like content, track design in general, all that stuff is not too bad at this point. Now that they've updated the game, they got more pre-made ruts and roughness, more skill gap fun, motocross jump tracks, all that kind of stuff. That's not even really the issue. It's not so much the track design now as much as it is the bike filling and the little intricacies of the physics of the game. That's more of their issue now than anything. That's more of what's holding it back now than anything. It's not content, and then obviously a full-blown PC track editor. That definitely plays a part too, but the biggest thing that's holding this game back right now is it doesn't feel enough like Reflex. That's really the only thing that, it doesn't have enough of that more hardcore reflexy physics, or Reflex on console physics system, right? Man, they got to be able to capture that again. They just have to be able to do that, dude. Like, I'm just telling you right now, MX vs. ATV, that's what everybody wants. That's what everybody wants. You do it, and I swear to God, you'll be praised for another decade. If you literally go in there and make a Reflex 2 and it lives up to its name, you will be praised for another decade. I swear to God, it'll happen. Like, I'm the fortune teller, I'm the predictor, I'm the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the psychic out here. You know what it is? I'm just telling you right, just like I told you to make these AMA replica motocross DLC for All Out, and everybody would love it. It'd be like the end-all, be-all DLC, and it was, and it is. Now it's like go in there and make a Reflex 2 with a PC-based track editor. Those fun track designs of Reflex and the physics system of Reflex, just a little bit more advanced than Reflex, so it feels like the next Reflex, right? Like a true Reflex 2. When you get all that, it's like, dog. And then have official, national tracks in that game and official Supercross tracks in that game, like you do in this game. Not full-blown official on the Supercross side, but you know what I'm saying? It's still replica Supercross tracks. So loose replica Supercross tracks. Have all that in there. It's game over for the competition at that point. I'm just telling you. That's the ticket, the way to go. You got to do it, bro. If you need any help, call me up and get me in the studio, dog. I'll get all that shit going. I'll get every bit of it precisely like it needs to be. Every little bit of tuning. I'll sit there and test the bike every day, the physics system every day, the track design every day. I'll tell you where you're wrong, tell you where you're right. I'm telling you, somebody that's played Reflex as much as I have, and I'm not over-exaggerating when I say, literally 4 years straight every single night, bro. And I ain't talking like 30 minutes a night. I'm talking like 4 or 5 hours a night every day for 4 years straight on the console version of Reflex. Like, I know what Reflex was all about. I know why people loved it so much. I know why it became such a big hit. I know what makes an arcade motocross game so great. Like, I know all that stuff, man. I play this so much that you get so accustomed to every bit of it, and you just know what feels good, what doesn't feel good in the grand general scheme of it all. You start to learn all that kind of stuff when you play this stuff for so long. And then plus the fact that I'm a pro at a simulator, like I understand that whole level of a motocross game as well. You know, a lot of people don't even understand that realm at all. And which it's good to know that realm when you're thinking about an arcade motocross game. Not that you have to directly compare it or that you're trying to turn an arcade motocross game into a simulator or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's nice to have that super hardcore motocross game physics system experience, and the way those pop-off systems work and the way those seat bounce systems work and all that kind of shit, and the way the leaning systems work. And you can definitely apply that to a arcade motocross game in a way to where it still feels like an arcade motocross game, but it's more advanced. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things you guys could do like that. So either way, MXers ATV, you know where to find me, dog. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, bro. I'm right here, fucking guns loaded. Like, let's get this thing popping off, baby. Let's get it going. So, either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.